So today, to guide us better on how to prepare for UPSC, we have one of the eminent expert in this field, Sri Ram Srirangam sir. He is the founder of Sri Ram's IAS, the most popular and successful UPSC coaching institute of Delhi. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
In a way, can you explain us how the time management should be done, particularly focused for the UPSC preparation?
See, let's assume you are starting your preparation on the 1st of August, which is just a few days away. Exam is in the first week of June. After that, it will be in the middle of September. Forget about interview for the time being. That's a different game altogether. So 1st of August, September, October, November, December, Jan. 7 months you have. And what do you have to study in these 7 months? General studies, Indian Constitution, the political process, economy, geography, environment, history, culture, science and technology, current affairs, all these things you have to study. Don't think it's uphill. It is not. Because every day has 24 hours. You please tell me, a person who puts aside everything else and going for the civil services exam, he should not be concerned about anything else. I tell them, switch off your WhatsApp. No Facebooking, nothing. Anytime you feel lonely, speak to your parents or your brother or sister or cousin, someone who is a source of motivation to you. Or see the picture of your dog, your pet. That will motivate you. Other than that, no socialization. Now the timetable. So the timetable
Before we
is...
proceed to the timetable, students are saying that your voice is breaking. So if you could just
My voice?
check on that. Yes,
Is it
sir.
okay? Are
Yes.
you finding it breaking?
Though I'm not finding it, but the students are finding it. So that's why I just thought I should tell you.
So is the problem on my side?
So the
Oh,
participants
somebody
will
is
help
saying
us.
clear voice, very
Yeah,
clear.
now
It's
they are
clear.
saying that
Oh,
it's
lovely.
clear. Thank
A
you,
lot
sir.
of people are disapproving of what you heard from some others. I'm so
Yes, sir.
glad.
So now the
Because,
timetable.
a voice that cracks
Yes, sir.
is a big put off. People they're kids. They come here with enthusiasm and they want to grab it all. And if the voice cracks, they get irritated. I'm so glad all is well. So, it's like this. Scientifically, you have to manage your time. You're a robot while preparing for civils, please. You don't have social pleasures and nothing, no socialization. Because you see, after all, as you yourself put it, it's a very prestigious exam. It is an exam that makes you feel, yeah, I've done it. I made it. So, that requires some effort. I'm not saying you need to be brilliant and stuff. You need to be average for it. But a lot of work gets done by the hard work. I'll tell you how. So you were talking about time management. Indian Constitution, give it 1 month because at least 12 to 13 questions come. Indian economy, give it 1 month because 15 to 20 come. Environment, give it about 20, 25 days because about 15 come. History, give it 45 days because about 15 to 20 come. And everyday newspaper, you give 2 hours because current affairs. What is current affairs? The Russian gas through Nord Stream to Germany, current affairs. Ruble goes down and bounces back, current affairs. Rupee is 80 and 80 and back, current affairs. And then Biden goes to Saudi Arabia, current affairs. Nuclear fusion in London, current affairs. So everything is current affairs. So when you are investing 2 hours in the Hindu or the Express, believe me, India is blessed with newspapers. Lovely, lovely newspapers. Actually, I tell my students, reading newspaper, be it Express or Hindustan Times, Hindu, whatever, is the definition of meditation. If you read the Hindu for 2 hours every day, your mind is so good and so strong, it's like meditation. So you read the Hindu and then see which articles are important. And then you read them. Nobody is a beginner here. Please believe me, nobody is a beginner. After all, a person of 20 years, how is he a beginner? He might have done BCom or MBBS or psychology or anthropology. No one is a beginner. Particularly in these globalized digital times, you are as good as anybody else by the time you are 14, 15, 13, 14. So no one is beginning. Who doesn't know inflation? Who doesn't know Panchayati Raj? Who doesn't know Ukraine, that special military operation? So no one is a fresher, no one is a beginner. Everyone is intellectually mature. It's just that they don't know how good they are, how intelligent they are. And once we tell them that they're fine, they can get started. The time management, I told you. But remember one thing, you right at the outset, you said mental. That mental thing is very important. Psychological. They should always believe this exam is crackable, doable, within their reach. Because this exam is not about astrophysics or discovery of exoplanets. This exam is 10th class exam. I will show you the questions. Right to marry is which article? That is Supreme Court question. Supreme Court judgment. It came last prelim because of Hadia case. Right to marry is Article 21, your personal liberty. So many questions come which are absolutely simple, 10th class, 11th class, 12th class. Some, of course, you require to work. For example, this James Webb telescope is there. They are into discovery of dark energy, dark matter, and galaxies and all that, the Big Bang, when the universe was born, etc. But don't try to complicate to PhD level. Simple. What is the telescope? How is it better than the Hubble? What is infrared? And why all this? And where does basics? And the Large Hadron Collider, God particle, basics. Begin at the 10th level, graduate to 11, and you are a big man if you made it to the 12th class level. Please recall, 12th class is not a easy game. 12th class required a lot of energy. Actually, there are so many cases where the toppers' parents went on leave for 6 months. Mother gives you breakfast, chai, father is there, he will read for you, federalism is this. That's how you made your 100 out of 100. So it takes determination, time management, etc. And I welcome your third question.
Thank you for answering my question, sir. So here I'm getting questions related to the resources. So I would like to rephrase it in a saying that people say that if you do not read daily newspaper and follow up on that, that would be difficult for you to crack the IAS exam. So what your take on this?
Actually, when the other day, when my batch, a new batch of students came, there was a girl. She said, sir, I've been seeing the papers. Why read the Hindu? I just read the Yojana in Kurukshetra. I'll read the monthly magazine. That depends on the candidate. If the candidate is very intelligent, extremely responsive, and working where the work is for about 10 hours, and he or she wants to make it, let her read Yojana and monthly magazine of current affairs. That's good enough. But if you have time, why not, be doubly more secure? Read, there is, in my view, I'm an old-fashioned guy maybe, but in my view, there is no substitute to reading an editorial in the Times of India or Hindu or Express or Times, that Hindustan Times, lovely papers. Business Standard, Economic Times, Mint, Financial Express. My day is made with all these papers. So at least one editorial, important editorial from these newspapers, if you can catch the Hindu, then I think there'll be a personality transformation towards, becoming ready for the civil service. In my view, if you are smarter than this, just read the current affairs from the magazine and Yojana. Concentrate on the conventional books, Indian polity, Indian economy, and stuff. Why not? The smarter you are, the more efficient you are in the use of time, which is when you can dispense with a lot of stuff that others may be following. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Next
And to
one.
the students, I would like to say that if you still have any questions you want to ask to
There
sir.
are some questions. Can I answer them?
Yes, yes, sir.
I am a fourth-year engineering student. I have no intention to go for college placements. I want to dedicate all my time only. Oh, lovely. Am I doing the right thing? See, even then, my suggestion is if you are doing the fourth year, please concentrate on your exam. UPSC is not running anywhere. Get a decent degree. It doesn't matter whether you get 100 marks or 90, 80, 70. It doesn't matter. But take up seriously your engineering. That proves that you are a serious person. Finish your engineering. Don't go anywhere for any job. Sit down, and for a year, if you can prepare, you're heading big. It takes 1 year to head really, really big, provided you have no inhibition. Some people think, I'm not able to understand the exam, first attempt, I'll take it as a trial, and that'll teach me what this exam is about. Then I'll get serious. No, no, no. Seriousness begins now. So if you mean the time that you are sparing, then 1 year is all it takes to make it big. It's all your smartness. 1 year it will take to make it big. Don't compromise with your engineering. Do your engineering well. Then 1 year you set aside. I'm sure you'll be successful. You're all smart people. You're an engineer already. I don't think this, people say, Asia's most tough exam. All that, please understand, Believe me, you will tell me once you are in the civil service. Sir, you told us it's a 10th exam. I took you seriously. Here I am. I'm a civil servant. I'm sure you will tell me it's a 10th class exam. Could scale to 11 or at best 12th class. That's all there is. But there's a lot of stuff you need to study. That doesn't mean that the standard is higher than the 10th class. Depth is 10th class. Quantum of study you have to do. Yeah, what it was when you were 15, it'll be when you are 21. So I think the comparison is proper. Let me take another question.
Sir, a few students are asking how they can enroll for your academy.
That you have to call the office. Yeah, you please call the office. Our address is everywhere. Our numbers are everywhere. Our website is there. We are on Class Plus. We are on Shiksha. We are everywhere. And, office can answer that. I am, on the teaching side. And, you understand that they will. I'm currently, if I could answer, I'm currently pursuing BCom honors. Wonderful. Second year, and I want to start my prep. Is it right time? Why not? See, you will take economics or commerce.
So I would like to add one more question to this, because so many students are asking this question, like Anurag, Prachi, Raja, they all ask the similar question. They are asking for how they can start from the scratch, the UPSC preparation. So also I will add one question here, is that will NCERT textbook will be of any use for this?
But you please hang on. Our BCom second year student, I need to address him. After that, we've just started. So all the time in the world. So our friend is waiting for answer. Please, whatever, our friend second year, you are here, absolutely at the right time. And you are in the second year. You start now. You could go anywhere in the UPSC, because not only that, you will top your commerce also. You are a commerce honors man. Concentrate, top the university in commerce, and that will be a double delight. That will prepare you for the optional also. Partly it will prepare you mentally for the civils, and empirically, factually also you are ready with some bit of economics. And the discipline you cultivate to top your university, get ready for commerce, that will take you places. And then after your BCom, but don't apply for the civils right after your BCom. Hang on. UPSC is not running away anywhere. Complete your BCom in style and then give yourself 1 year. If you're in the second year, you're going to complete in 24. You apply for 20. You're in the second year, you're going to complete in 24, 23. 1 year you take, and I'm sure you will crack it. So how do we go about answering these questions? Do we scroll up?
No, sir. We can actually first take those questions how to start from the scratch, because so many
Scratch
students
is,
have actually
I'll tell you,
asked it.
scratch is this. I'll tell you the scratch. Scratch is finding out what is the nature of the exam. There is a prelim. General studies 1, general studies 2. 2 is the aptitude test, which is a qualifier. After that, this paper 1. In the paper 1, you got all this. Indian polity, economy, environment, history, culture, currents, and all that. For that, what you do is 9th and 10th class NCERT are God-sent books for you. They make your mind a very healthy process. They help you structure your mind well. Think logically. You can go for the best of the exams in the world after reading the NCERT. Read democratic politics, macroeconomics, read whatever you like, 9 and 10, history, culture, biology, geography, and read them very, very well. For God's sake, at such a tender age, don't start mugging. Please don't mug. You are expected to analyze, examine, constructively reason, and all that. Mugging, there is plenty of time for mugging. After understanding, you can mug. After all, mugging is a dignified terminology called memorization. On the street side, we call it mugging, ratta, this, that. But memory is very important. Imagine tomorrow you are the collector and the Prime Minister comes to your district and asks you, how is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee doing? How is Jal Jeevan Mission doing? How is Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao doing? You need to have facts on your fingertips. So memory is crucial. But the Prime Minister is not going to stop with memory. He's going to ask you, what's your analysis? How can we improvise? Can we get more value for the money we are spending? So you have to analyze. Start doing it right now. So understand, see the implications, take down notes in your own words if you can, and then you can memorize. That's how you continue with every subject. So you're through with the prelim. And what I observed among all the youngsters is they write quite well. They don't know they write well. If the teacher tells them, brother, you are doing well, he is excited, he will add at least 2 hours more of study every day. See, I see the answer. You wrote about India and Ukraine war. You wrote well. And then when I tell you you are writing well, you feel, yeah, you always knew you write well. Teacher has told you write well. And then your seriousness doubles up, etc. So you please write an answer every day. Find out a good question. The other day, yesterday, actually today, in the New York Times, maybe yesterday, I saw a headline. Are democracies better or worse in dealing with critical, that is, crises, be it climate change or COVID-19, whatever? Are democracies better or worse? Can China do it better or India do it better? Think about it. I'm sure you got the material in your mind, observations. Put it together into 500 words. Call it a general essay. You scrutinize it yourself. Show it to your friend. Show it to whoever you think matters. And then this is how your prep starts. This is how it starts. And listen to All India Radio News in the evening very, very carefully. A lot of things happen. Disaster management, or some bills are going to get passed in the parliament and some members of parliament are getting suspended. What's the rule behind, etc., etc. All these things. But don't dismiss any issue. Every issue constructively analyze like a leader. Develop into a leader. And that's how it starts. Now, you could proceed, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you for answering that question, sir. Few candidates are asking questions related to they are already doing a job. So how they can prepare simultaneously? Will that be a great idea?
See, you're doing a job. What job is that? Are you working in a bank? If you're working 10 to 5 or 10 to 6, then you're seriously lucky because you are doing a job, earning, and you could also learn. Up to 10, what are you doing? While commuting in the metro, what are you doing? After 6, what are you doing? Lunchtime, what are you doing? So I told you, your job is that of a soldier. You must make full use of your time. You should be determined. And if you can put aside 4 hours, you see, I'm not doing any job. I am studying 7 hours. You are doing a job. Your efficiency has to be double of mine. What I do in 8 hours, you should be able to do in 4 hours. Because after all, that will take you into the bureaucracy. So it depends on what job you are doing. If you are doing 9 to 7 job, 24/7 job, different kinds of jobs are there. And if those time intensive jobs, you need to, take a bit of leave in the run up to the exam, maybe Feb, March, April, May, or I don't know, Feb, March. It all depends upon, you need to gear yourself towards more efficiency, greater focus, and cut the ruddy out of your life. See, we can't afford, after all, 1,000 pages are there to be read. I'm sure you can shrink it to 150 pages if you are smart. If you are not smart, you'll read everything. They have no value whatsoever. They are in the book because the book looks thicker and sells for a higher price. They have no value. If you are smart, so much of Radhi is there in the book. And you will go through the previous year's papers. You will see these are the chapters which are operational. And you will read those chapters. Even within those chapters, what is our BCom friend is there, 12th, he's in second year BCom. He can afford to read more because he is just 18 years old. He's in second year BCom honors. So it's a godsend for him, and he's got 2.5 to 3 years to go. He can gobble up the whole library. I'm just sort of, amplifying, magnifying. But the point is, if you are working, you have to be efficiency driven. If you are working, because the work itself will take away a lot of time, mental space. After that, if you have to study, don't want to go on leave, that's a challenge. And your smartness has to be double or triple of others. But it depends on job to job and what exactly you're doing, how mentally intensive it is. Some are routine jobs, and some need all the attention in the world. So that depends. Yeah.
So the next question I would like to ask is that the students are asking how to prepare for some particular subjects and how we can prepare notes.
Yeah, you see, there are more than 20 subjects you could choose from. Some choose math or physics or chemistry, electrical, civil engineering. But 80% of the people take anthropology, sociology, political science. After that, geography, psychology, public administration, history. But a lot of people will take anthropology, sociology, political science. Why? Whatever the reason, even for UPSC, there's a season. There are optionals for every season. And these are 3 options which are doing well for a while. So, standard books are there. You kids are preparing at a time when the world is overfull with information. You have Wikipedia, you have standard glossaries, and it's a delight to prepare in these times if you know how to leverage the information that is available. So, buy registers, each register of 100 pages or so for each paper. And then say, political science you are going. You have to study what? Plato. Okay, Plato. There's a book called Teach Yourself by C.L. Weber. Plato, Aristotle, Hobbes, Locke. Each one you read, apply your mind. And in case some of the knots are not getting untied, net is there. Use internet, but one standard rule I'm going to tell you. This exam looks for simplified preparation. This exam doesn't like complexity. It doesn't like complication. It doesn't like jargonization. It likes a simple communication without any sort of big words and all that. So what is the Ukraine war about? Who started? What was the Crimea thing about? Where is the Ukraine war going? And what's the refugee problem? What's the UN saying? What's India saying? How is the West responding? What's American interest? And the economic fallout. Simple. I'm assuming each one sitting in the audience is at least 17, 18 years old. These are nothing for them these days. Globalized times. 17 years is a lot of age. So there's nothing that you can't understand. So get down basics. And I tell my students, you know what I tell them? Explain to your younger sister or younger brother who is about 13, 14 years old. She is a child, but she is getting curious about Ukraine. She is getting curious about, Indian economy, rupee at 80. Maybe she wants to go abroad. For that, she wants to find out, when I have to go abroad, I need $100. Each dollar converts to how many rupees? Will it get costlier? Will it get cheaper? All this. If you could explain to your younger brother or younger sister, cousin, or 14 years old, anything about all these issues, and she comes back to you to ask you one more question, it's a proof that you are understanding well. If the next day she doesn't come back to you, then you are not learning well. Yeah?
So the next question, one of the candidates, Ripu Daman, has asked, he's asking, sir, is medium a trouble or a hurdle in UPSC?
Medium.
English.
Medium is a hurdle. See, English works. Hindi people are making. The only thing about English is, you want to know about anything, you have a lot of sources. Just some time back, you asked me about sources. I'll come back to sources. English, you have, I get all the newspapers. Simple. Monkeypox. What is monkeypox? Explainer. Such authenticity in vernaculars may not be there. Therefore, English is fine. But you don't have to be very good in English. You just got to be able to communicate in English, number one. And then Hindi is fine. Telugu is fine. Bodo is also fine because Bodo language is one of the 22 languages in the 8th schedule, right, in Bodo. But only thing is you have to read in English and then translate that into Bodo and then write. That could take you a bit of time. Don't have ready-made material for you in Bodo. And therefore, it could be a little bit of a handicap in that sense, but the psychological power of feeling at home in the local language, vernacular, that is a huge plus. Telugu is my language. I can understand anything in Telugu. I don't want a barrier like English. Wonderful. That is a force multiplier for me. Who is going to read all the English words, every word? I have to, look up the dictionary. No. I'll write in Telugu. Write in whatever language, do well, and I'm sure you will be a big man. Yeah, that's about the language part. Can I take this question?
Sure.
One of our friends here. Is plan B necessary?
Yeah.
Say plan B. Yeah, plan B is, it's a competitive exam. And you're not inheriting the wealth of your father. You're competing with everybody else. So there is no certainty. But I feel somebody 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, whatever, if you can give yourself 2 years, but you should check your sincerity. If you are sincere and you got the energy and you can fund yourself and you got the psychological attributes of consistency, perseverance, determination, all that. Plan B is always necessary, but the need for the plan B gets less and less and less the more you are focusing on your plan A. Plan B may be only theoretically necessary. Yeah. There's so many contingencies here. There is a plan B necessary, but it's only plan B, not A. A is here. B notionally there. Hopefully, it will remain a notion and it will never have to be activated. Yeah. It is necessary. Okay, it's necessary. Fine, it's necessary. Because how can I rule out? How can I rule out plan B? About the planet, I can rule out there is no planet B. There is only one planet. But plan B, it's keep it at the back of your mind so that there's a fallback option just in case. Okay, our
Yes,
friend is thanking me. God bless you. Now,
so the next question, can I ask you, sir?
Yeah, please.
Yes, sir. So Devendra Rajput, he is asking that can he opt for sociology as the optional subject for the UPSC, and can he prepare for that without any coaching?
I'll tell you. See, coaching, if you need coaching, some people think that I will go to class every day, 8 to 10:30 in the morning, go back to my room, sit down, study. So somebody is there to give me a helping hand on a daily basis. Otherwise, I don't know what I will do. I can go with a friend to a movie, or I can party, etc. I'll join an institute. Somebody is helping me. My exam is, nicely, preparation is scheduled and all that. That is one mindset. So our friend is asking sociology. Can I answer that?
Sure, sir.
You know how simple sociology preparation, is? 11th class, 12th class NCERT sociology books are there. They are sent to you by God himself. Such wonderful books. And then there is, Harlambos book is there. Yeah. Sit down, read. What did Karl Marx say? Weber say? Comte say? Read that. Read that. There's nothing that you can't understand. They're written so lovely. Marriage, family, caste, class, religion, property, globalization, culture. All of them are so wonderful and beautifully written. They are written in a manner that you can be on your own legs. And then catch a nice book about Indian society. There are lots of lovely sociologists are there in India, JNU, D School and all that. They have written super stuff. And then the best part of the whole thing is the most important part. Previous year, sociology, last 20 years, what questions have been coming? On family, on marriage, on property, on globalization. And where do I find the material? In these books or on the internet? I'm sure in about 75 days, you can start teaching sociology. 75 days. If I'm exaggerating, 100 days. You don't know how simple it is. In fact, much simpler than any other channel of action that you choose. Absolutely. Whatever I'm saying, I'm convinced about it. Because I've seen many, many people do it. After that, our friend is asking, can I dispense with coaching? Then you decide. I know sociology. I have understood. I have seen the previous papers. I can write a good answer. And let me join a coaching so that I can hang around with other students and I can enjoy the lecture. Yeah. But coaching should not be an obstacle. Please understand. Coaching should either, maintain your score or add to your score, but should not detract from your score. Yeah. So if coaching is value addition, go. But if it is not, don't go. Make a circle of your own friends. Catch hold of other people. Create a Telegram group. You see, once you fall in love with sociology, anthropology, political science, whatever else, then to you are the, ultimate. But you should fall in love with sociology, economics. Somebody is asking about economics. Fall in love with economics. Then to, you are heading right. Yeah. Next question.
So the next question, people are asking that they have only little amount of time to study daily, like 2 to 3 hours, because they're already doing some businesses. So how they can just go about it for the UPSC?
Honestly speaking, what you can do with 2 to 3 hours is what matters. 2 to 3 hours is a lot of time, but not adequate. You must give the whole of Sunday and Saturday in that case. Because you see, necessity is the mother of invention. I have 10 hours, I will study 4 editorials. I have 5 hours, I'll study two. I have 2 hours, I'll study the most important editorial. I'll study the editorial on Ukraine today. I studied 10 days back. I'll study after 10 days. But if I don't have time, I will take the monthly magazine and all the developments related to Ukraine. In that monthly magazine, there's a summary. I'll do that. Dispense with the Hindu if you like, but follow India Today every week, a front line every fortnight, or a magazine like our magazine, Sri Ram's magazine, every month. As I told you, necessity is the mother of invention. If you need to make it but have no time, you will know how to get about it. It is. A soldier has to survive. Similarly, you have to make it. So find out, after all, my fate is, of course, it's easier said than done. These are young people, their physical resources are there, mental resources are there, they have all the time in the world, 24 hours are there. And so you can create sufficient space for success if you have a. But there's no one size fits all here. I see a lot of people working make it. But in my view, somehow, at least 3-4 months full time if you have. After that, this exam is at your feet. 4 months at least. Like, some of our friends here, they are in the graduation. Somebody said, I'm doing MBBS or something. Do lovely MBBS. Take that as an optional. But if you think medicine isn't giving you good marks, take whatever else. They have the luxury of planning well because they are 19, 20, 21. This exam is up to 32, and they can take full 1 year away and then go, full on into the examination. But if you are working, again, all work is not the same. 10 to 5 work, you have a lot of time. 9 to 6, relatively under pressure. And so it all depends upon how serious you are to make it. That's all, how serious you are to make it. Yeah. Yeah.
So, sir, we have received several questions like Pankaj, Sumit, Devendra. They all are asking how to opt for the right optional subject for the mains.
I've already told you, but I'll repeat because it matters quite a lot. UPSC has something called seasonality. There's a season I used to see 20 years back. Public administration, you study for 1 month and you will get all the marks in the world. Whereas you struggle and struggle and struggle in other optional. That season is gone. And about 5 years, 6 years back, it started political science, about 8 years back. People are getting a lot of marks even now. Anthropology, you touch and you are an IAS officer. Anthropology, A for IAS, A for anthropology. I told some of my students, sir, I've taken X optional, sir, I'm getting stuck, sir, I'm not getting more marks, sir, but I know the subject well, sir, is it right for me to switch? These are sensitive areas. I can't interfere. But I used to be a little bold and tell them, okay, switch to anthro. Now they are in the, big service. So in this season, you can take anthro, socio, political science, any one of them. Don't think of will it go with my GS and all that. That is something else. After all, what you learn in political science, if you write identically in general studies, there'll be no appreciation. GS is GS, political science or whatever is that. Optional approach is X and GS is Y. And Ukraine is Ukraine, but how you analyze varies dramatically between the two. So don't think of anything else. I love sociology. I love anthro. I love political science. How can you not love? Because they are general subjects, number one. They help you understand society and the world better, number two. And they are pretty scoring, number three. They'll help you land in the bureaucracy, number four. So take one of the three. Take one of the three. And no, sir, I will not take these three. I will take something else. Try geography, but don't expect to crack it big with geography. Like these three. Take history, take psychology, take public administration. But some people take mathematics. I'm coming across increasingly women with mathematics. This I've never seen before. Lots and lots of women are making it with math. Go with math, physics, chemistry, whatever. There I can't advise you because my advice is a general advice. How can I advise you about math? But take an optional to make it in the exam. It's not a joke. Optional will make or break your preparation. So use your instincts, your intuition, and don't talk to too many people because finally it's you who has to sort of, do the walking and all that. So that's about optionals now.
Okay, sir. Thank you. There's one more question related to the mains.
But so many questions have landed here. Can I handle them? Shall I?
Sir. Sure, sir.
One after one.
Sure.
How to improve analytical ability? Pretty genuine question. You know why? In India, we generally go by ratta. Who wants you to analyze? Nobody wants you to analyze. They want you to puke it out. And so you have to analyze. I take an example, rupee at 80. What should be the value of the rupee? What factors go into it? Why is it tumbling down? What's the RBI doing? How is it good? How is it bad? Where should it settle down? What factors should go into settling it at a certain place, etc., etc. Analyze and question in your register. Question red ink or green or whatever. Answer blue. And it should be your place to go to for your revision. Any topic, get to the bottom of it. What, how, why? These are three things you need to capture. You have to capture. Till you capture, there should be restlessness in your mind. And luckily, your generation, the internet is there. You don't know what a wonderful thing this internet is. If you want to prepare to top the world also, you can. That is the kind of, at times it becomes information glut. That's what she asked about, sources. I tell my students, this is the table in your room. There was a study done about the high courts. If an honorable judge has to take up 5 cases a day, he would like to go into the 6th one also. If he has to take 10 cases a day, he'll fall short by 2, he'll do only 8. If he has to do 20, he'll do 4. See, your table should be having only 5 or 6 books. One book that you are studying, others in your cupboard. The more the books there, you get psyched. Only one book, complete that. Or maybe 2 books and your register and 3-4 pens. That's all. And the FM radio for All India Radio. And then constantly checking if you are doing your work well. Daily audit. End of the day, write a, diary. I've done this. I wanted to do XYZ. I could go to only XY. So daily audit is very important. The diary writing and all that. So sources, keep them absolutely, contained. Don't acquire too much of material. Yeah. So that's another thing. I'm from Delhi University. Wonderful. How to work on personality development. as physical classes is not. Oh, you are Delhi University. See, Delhi University means already, you have sort of accomplished something. You're already in Delhi University. You are exposed to the finest in the world. So don't expect anyone to help you anymore. Your teachers are there, it's okay. But then you are, on your own. Do your work on your own. Books are there. And then start studying. And that's how this personality develops. What is personality development? Being on your own. That is personality development. Discovery on your own is personality development. You develop your personality by exploring the world on your own. At 14 or 13, I could have suggested you're missing your teachers. But Delhi University grads, I think, settle down in your room, go to the library, read the Hindu, whatever. Be on your own. That's how I think it will be better for you.
Yes, sir. I'll take up another question. The question is like that, how to analyze.
My fear is any of these questions going unanswered will leave our friends a little disappointed. So end of the day, everyone should have been answered. Yeah?
Sure, sir. That's why I'm taking questions. The students are
one after one. Let nobody be bypassed.
Sure, sir.
Right.
So the question had been asked in a way that how to analyze the question and what exactly to write, which resources I should use.
Analysis, I told you, I gave you the example of rupee at 80. I gave you the example of Ukraine. In both the examples, I told you how to analyze. And then what is the other one, the rest of the question? Taking notes.
No, sir. The question was like how exactly I should frame my question. Answering.
I should what?
How should I frame my answer?
Yeah, just like your 10th class. Remember, UPSC is equal to your 10th because both are conventional examinations. You should, there are a lot of tags to the question: analyze, elucidate, examine, comment, elaborate, substantiate, justify, critically comment, all this. So accordingly, you have to answer. Analyze means all the details you have to see and then, analyze it. The how and why and all that. Same thing, examination. Critical means what is the evidence for your point of view. Comment means how are you reacting to this statement. Yes. And elucidate means give a lot of examples, illustrate, etc., etc. So, please, when in doubt, go back to the time you were taking your 12th class examination. How should you impress you? Please tell me. Anyone in the world will be impressed if you talk seriously and systematically. What is there in the systematic approach? Introduction. Ukraine war started on the 24th of February 2022. Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, gave the following reasons for his special military operation. The response of the Western world is this. The reason for the response is this. The consequences are this. Sanctions are this. Impact on Russia is this. Impact on America is this. West. Systematically disaggregate all the dimensions. Each one, I told you, please understand. Your younger brother, you are explaining. You and your younger brother, both of you want to go for the civil services. How responsible you have to be. He's a tender child of 14 years. Even if you speak one word extra, he won't come back to you tomorrow. Which means he is dismissing you. How much of homework you have to do so that when he comes to you at 4 in the afternoon, you have to explain to him Ukraine. You understand the responsibility involved? He's a 14-year-old kid. If you can't explain to him well, his idea of civils for the rest of his life is finished. So you have to nurture his ambition. And you have to present to him, a clear-cut idea. If you understood what I mean, then you are heading big. You understand the responsibility of communication. You are communicating so that it generates interest in the other person to whom you are communicating. And you can't generate interest in an unconventional manner. You have to be like one of our friends said, I'm Delhi University. Delhi University is a very privileged place. So you got a lot of marks, so you are here. Your Delhi University, BA, BCom, whatever you are doing, that is preparation for the civil services. It's a classical, conventional approach that you adopt. What is conventional? Understanding the subject from the basics. So if I can tell you how much it matters, understand basics, get your concept clear. Don't gossip. Don't get emotional. Be objective. Be analytical. Be balanced. This is a natural human tendency. And if you do that, I think you are making it. Yeah. It's as simple as that. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Joining Sri Ram's, you have all of it. You ask me this because, the other one is not academics. Joining is, call the office, they'll tell you. There are people to tell you A to Z about joining. You ask me about, our friend is asking, economics, how to prepare. I don't know about your background. If you have already got your toes into economics, if you're already BA honors or MA, JNU, D school and all that, then you know the syllabus, you know the paper one, this, that, you know the syllabus, macro, micro, India and world and all that. There are lovely books. Get started. My own book is there for your Indian economy. That will keep you shooting. And then for the theory and all that, there must be good books equally. And handle that. Very simple. I'm sure you're asking me because you are an economics student, honors or MA. It will take you about 4 months if you sit down, 8 hours a day, 6 hours. And then, Indian newspapers, absolutely lovely treatment, Indian Express. Oh, if I had 48 hours a day, I'll read the Mint, Financial Express, Economic Times, Business Standard. These are all superlative papers. Don't have to read so much. Stick to one. Any one of them is wonderful. Maybe Mint, maybe Business Standard. I'm sure you'll make it big. Yeah. Then?
Considering the time we are left with, I would like to share a poll here so that we could have a feedback of the students, whether they are liking our session or not.
But can I answer other questions also?
Sure, sir. Meanwhile,
Madam,
answer a few questions.
Can I start after MBA or it's late? That depends on your age. MBA, you'll be 22, 23, 24. So you got MBA, you got a good MBA in your pocket, and then you're to that extent secure, because it's very easy to be excited about it, but you need to have your feet on the ground. Do your MBA, do it so well that you could consider management as an optional of yours, and then make yourself marketable, then get into this. Will help you also. So I think that is the right way. As a parent, I have to put you on the side of caution. Do your MBA. Nothing is late. Bureaucracy is there. It's a millennial institution. It will be there. For your grandchildren also, it will be there. So nothing is late. Do your MBA pretty well. How to start preparation from graduation? My first attempt will be 26, yeah? 10th class NCERT right now. Politics, economics, biology, and this and that. Geography, and then monthly magazine. That's it. And start reading a nice paper, maybe Hindustan Times, because that's easy and very good also. And don't get into all this political stuff and all that. Do constitution, macroeconomics, macroeconomics, geography, environment. Take lots of interest in global affairs, maybe, and analyze various social phenomena. How are the old people, senior citizens coping up? How did COVID, the pandemic impact the learning process? How did the kids lose out on learning? What kind of, is it a catastrophe? What's the government doing to put them back into the learning mode? Systematically. When you get a good thought, write it down. You are quite enviable because you're going to sit in 26. Aim high. I'm sure you'll make it.
Yes, sir.
And anything, scroll up, and I've seen a lot of them come down like an avalanche. So, making notes, of course, when you make notes, you know what happens? You learn, improve your technique of formulation, which point should come first, good handwriting, summarization, and of course, finally, you can go back to that for revision, etc. Make notes. Make notes. I don't know how you can't make notes. You have to make notes. Yeah.
Sir, considering the time again, I would like to take the last question of this session. If I'll talk about the very starting of the session, students were asking how we can keep ourselves motivated throughout the process. So, sir, some words on this.
That's a very genuine question because it's a competitive exam. The other day, one lady called me. She's going for interview. And she's from a very prestigious place of education. She's drawing pretty good salary. And she's going for interview and she phones me and asks me, sir, others are from prestigious places. Can I cope up? These problems arise, but let me tell you one thing. They are absolutely unnecessary. It is like keeping an oxygen cylinder in your room right now after COVID is gone. They're unnecessary. It's a 12th class examination, whether you are from Harvard University. I've seen one Harvard University guy go nowhere. And I've seen humble people, open university, crack it into the top 10. That's what you call leveling. In this examination, keeping yourself motivated, it's an exam where everyone is equal. It's an exam which is 10, 11, 12th class. It's an exam that requires basics. It's an exam that gives you a wonderful opportunity. Looking at the IAS in front of you in 2 years is the biggest motivation. Lal Batti is motivation. A decent house you get is motivation. Rubbing shoulders with the finest is motivation. Coming in the headlines of Times of India is motivation. If that's not enough, then you can, the people who made it big all went through the grind. They worked very hard, very, very hard. They could have gone to Cambridge. They could have gone to elsewhere, but they abandoned all that. And all the pain has borne fruit. So, this is a big game. You're capable of it, but don't doubt yourself, for God's sake. Understand that you can make it. Don't talk to people about it. You feel lonely. I told you. Speak to your parents. You speak to your grandmother, brother, sister, cousin. Speak to them and they'll motivate you. After all, they're your well-wishers. And, and also one more thing is, whenever you have this need for motivation, I'm going to give food to 1 million people. I'll be put in charge of food security program. I will feed my district. That'll motivate you. I'm going to create 1 lakh houses, Pradhana Mantri, Awas. I'm going to fill my rural side with roads, Pradhana Mantri Grama Sadak. So if you have some empathy for the poor, and if you want to do good to the society, that will also motivate you. And I told my students the other day, I don't know if you like this example or not. During the COVID, migrants were there. This guy, his wife, she has a child, and the mother. All of them in the night, they were migrating. Think of them. Think of them. How was our life more important than this? If they could work that hard, if you keep them as the example for your work, I'm 100% sure no force on this earth can stop you. You will be a big ranker. Vivekananda is fine, but these migrants are, my inspiration is, when I think of them, I feel that I'm working in my AC room. I'm not suffering at all. So when I want to switch off my light at 12 in the night, think of a migrant, study for 1 more hour, 2 more hours. Rather than get up at 5 in the morning, you will get up at 3 in the morning if you think of them. So if you think of the people who are suffering, that will make you feel, I'm hardly working hard. Isn't it? So there are 100 ways of motivating yourself. Yeah. And the exam is so interesting and so exciting. The outcome is such a great one. That motivation comes automatically. Yeah. Audit yourself daily. Don't punish yourself. Audit yourself. Yeah. That's where we end.
So we just want this session to just go on because your words are really very motivating. But unfortunately, we have to end our session here considering the time. Thank you so much, sir, for guiding all of us and answering.
God bless everybody. Questions. Shall I give my phone number?
Not here, sir. But we shall share your details with the attendees for sure.
Yeah, these guys are absolutely welcome to tap into me for any type of an advice, because I know, they are face to face with this, ambition. Yeah. So maybe I wish everyone all the best. God bless.
Maybe we can have another session with you, sir. And we all have been benefited and felt motivated from your words, sir.
I'm so glad. God bless everyone. I'm leaving.
And to the viewers whose questions haven't been answered because of the time constraint, do not worry. I'm sharing a link in the chat box where you can post your queries related to UPSC, and our subject experts will guide you for sure. And we shall plan a session again on UPSC preparation with sir.
God bless you.
I have shared the link. And also we just keep on coming up with a few more webinars every day. So you can check out our website. I'll share that on the chat box. You can have a look at it. And rest, thank you to all of you for being the part of this session. And with this, I'm Shilpa signing off. Till then, take care.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel.